Good afternoon, AP Micro. How are we doing out there, people? How are we doing on this snowy day? What's going on? People, is the audio all good? Is the music just right? Is the music too loud? Is my microphone too loud? I don't know. But what is going on? We are here, and today we're learning about oligopolies, which is my favorite. It is definitely my favorite. I love teaching about oligopolies. It's pretty cool. And remember, people, oligopolies, there's no graph for oligopolies. It's all about game theory, which is going to be pretty sweet. No new graph to learn about today, which would be pretty sweet. You guys all here? Where is everybody? Where's the chat? What's going on? What's going on, people? Oh, you guys want to see the newest addition to the stream? Because I kind of thought yesterday, I was like, you know what, like, it'd be nice if you guys could see me graph, right? Come on, follow me over here, Oh, yeah. We got the document camera set up. It's going to be sweet. You guys are going to like it. We're going to do some graphing challenges on it. How's that? You got to graph faster than I. Can you do it? We'll see. But yeah, a newest addition to the stream. It's pretty cool. It's a nice one, too. It's an Elmo. Ooh. I'm pumped. We're going to use it today. Actually. So, yes, Jenna is very, very happy about that. Now, only if you could get a document camera so I can see how you guys are graphing, that'd be pretty nice. But, you can't do that yet, right? But, let's get to some attendance in the chat. What's your favorite sandwich and why? I'm ready for COVID for the next 3 years, people. You guys should see the setup. Actually, I had to put like another desk here to set everything up. It's like an L-shaped desk now, and now my chat's gonna be over here instead of over here because I got the camera over here. I got a monitor here, and then I got the Chromebook, which is like how I see you guys, like on the chat. But yeah, what's your favorite sandwich? Mine is French dip sandwich. A French dip sandwich. And it was not mentioned by AP Macro earlier. It's really good. A French dip sandwich. You should try it. I'll show you what it looks like here in a bit. Let me see if the beach house is open. It is open. Haha, look at that. All right. Classic turkey, cheese, and mayo. Nothing better than it. People like the classic today, I'll tell you that much. The Italian from the Firehouse subs because it's just so amazing tasting, but a con is that it is pretty expensive for how small it is. That is Firehouse subs. Firehouse subs, you got to pay a little bit more than what you would expect to get. I love how you guys are specific here, by the way. Chipotle Chicken Club from Tropical Smoothie because it's amazing. They do make good sandwiches. I feel like they mess up a lot. The Tropical Smoothie up here, they always mess up our orders on everything, but they do make good sandwiches if they do it right. Chicken Bacon Ranch from Subway Toasted. Ooh, that's one of my favorites too, Chase. What kind of bread you getting, though? You know? What kind of bread you getting? That's the most important thing. Some mayo and tomato and some noise. That's right. Well, obviously, any sandwich from Jersey Mike's since I worked there, right? Hey, are you paid sponsor? I hate sandwiches with a pat. Really? Really, Micah? Wait, what about this? What about a lettuce wrap? Do you not like bread? What about a lettuce wrap? Lettuce wraps are good. You ever get a lettuce wrap? What do you not like about sandwiches? I need to know, Mike. I need to know. I love the brisket sandwich from Firehouse. Ooh, brisket. I like the Italian sub options from anywhere. Italian's pretty good, but like it gets my stomach in some weird sort of way. So I usually try to avoid Italian sandwiches. Ooh, Mayor says, Reuben just a classic. I love Reuben. I use a lot of Thousand Island dressing on my Reuben, though, I'll tell you that much. But Reuben is really good. Jacob says brisket, any kind of sandwich. Andrew says an Italian sort of sandwich. Jenna says, shami kebab. Did I say the first part right? In a sandwich because it's good. I like that. Club on a sub at Firehouse. I don't know why. It's just too good. I gotta try that out. BLT, just a solid classic. BLT. Hey, someone today in macro said BLT without lettuce. Just like a bacon tomato sandwich. Italian pepper sub from Jimmy John's goes hard. Either Italian or grilled chicken sandwiches. Turkey sandwiches because they are fire. The Chipotle chicken avocado something at Panera. Ooh, Panera's very, very good. I like the, it's like the 2 for $10, right? You get like a soup, a half a sandwich. Oh, that's pretty good. They always forget the no tomato at tropical smoothie. They always mess up a tropical smoothie. I'm actually like, not allowed to go there anymore. My wife like always gets mad, and she wrote a review. She got mad at them. She's like, we're not allowed to go there anymore. The Firehouse subs hook and ladder without the ladder. Secret menu item. Ooh. Tell me more, Christian. Tell me more. Italian herbs and cheese all the way. Oh, on the bread. Yeah, me too. Cheese for a lot alike in many ways. Micah says, I don't like lunch meat. I don't mind pulled pork. Interesting. Mr. Moore streamception. I know. I would love to have it like just pop up the chat, but it's probably better that way. Like, you know, people don't see your names. No, your second attempt was more accurate. Oh, the pronunciation. I just have a bacon lettuce. Oh, you just had one. Really? You picked 2 all the way. Yeah, you picked 2. Panera is so mid. What's that mean? Is that a bad word? Did you get me to say a bad word? You guys speak in a language I do not know sometimes. Like sus. Is that a bad word when people say that's sus? I hope it's not a bad word. You guys say all sorts of stuff. All right. Some announcements, people. The last announcement is, you're gonna get 4.5 today, which is 2 FRQs, and oligopoly FRQs are gonna be nice because you don't have the graph, so like they're like untampered with FRQs, which are gonna be really sweet. And I'm gonna give you 2 FRQs, and I'm gonna do 2 for you, right? So I'm gonna do 2 examples, and then you're gonna do 2. And yeah, you should be pretty good with that. And then remember, 4.4 is due tonight. 4.4 is due tonight. All right, but we're learning about oligopolies today, which is going to be pretty fun. We're going to watch a little clip too from A Beautiful Mind, and I'll take the copyright strike. It's fine. I'll take it on the chin. All right, but I got to show you this scene. It's perfect. I don't eat BLTs, just BL. Oh, really? You don't like tomatoes? Panera nice. W. It's the most part. It for the most part. Sus just means suspicious. Oh, really? Mid-tier. Bro, you better not spoil that movie, though. Oh, you've never seen Beautiful Mind before? No, I won't. It's like a minute 30 clip, but that's a really, really good movie. Beautiful Mind, and what's the other movie I always recommend to students? And they're all like, I never heard of that. And they look it up, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life. What's the early Matt Damon one where like he's a genius? What is that movie? What is that movie called? What is that called? What is that called? Matt Damon genius. That's what we're gonna type in. Good Will Hunting. Yeah, there you go, Ethan. Good Will Hunting. That is a movie for some reason most students have never seen because it's 1997, and like a lot of students are like, oh my gosh, Mr. Moore, that is the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, Beautiful Mind's awesome, Good Will Hunting's awesome, and Arrival's awesome. That's another movie that for some reason generational, right, you guys don't usually see. The one you had us watch with Leo DiCaprio last year was good, just saying. I basically only show Leo DiCaprio movies, don't I? It's kind of weird. Alright, people, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get into it. You guys are going to have fun today. You guys are going to like oligopolies, trust me. You guys are definitely going to like oligopolies. Alright. Alright. Wolf of Wall Street is very, very inappropriate. Very, very inappropriate. It'd be like impossible to show. Even if I like remembered all like the bad scenes, it'd still be impossible. Yeah, Catch Me If You Can was really good. Yeah, did I show you guys that? Really? Man, we must have been burning time. I'm assuming you also saw it. Yeah, I've seen both those. Yeah, for sure. All right, people. We are on Oligopolies, the last and final market structure, which means your Unit 4 test is right around the corner. You guys are going to have that Unit 4 test very, very soon. Probably, I'll probably release it on like Friday. Just saying. Okay? All right. characteristics of oligopolies, right? The biggest thing that defines an oligopoly is there's just not that many producers, right? There's just not that many sellers, right? There's not a lot. There's a couple, right? Not one, that would be a monopoly, but there's a couple. It's not a competitive market whatsoever. So it doesn't really matter how close the goods are. The goods could be exactly identical, or they could be somewhat different. What defines an oligopoly the most is there's only a couple competitors, right? And you're going to see how that works today and why it doesn't really matter which product they produce. It doesn't really matter. They have high barriers of entry, right? So just like a monopoly, there's a reason to why this market, these industries are not competitive, right? Generally, it's economies of scale, right? Airline industry. It's just really hard to enter into the airline industry because you need enormous total costs to produce that low average total cost. That's what I mean by economies of scale. Remember we watched like how it's made and stuff like that, right? Oligopolies generally form because of economies of scale. High total cost required in order to produce at a low average total cost, in order to produce at some sort of profit margin, right? So oligopolies can make profit in the long run, just like a monopoly. Monopolistic and perfect competition cannot make long-run economic profit. So oligopolies obviously are going to have a lot of control over price, and if they collude, what I mean by that is they work together, right, with other existing firms, right? They can essentially have monopoly power. If they collude and they fix prices, right, they are basically the same as a monopoly. They're going to have that sort of control over price. And last but not least, what also defines oligopolies the most, and it kind of stems from there's not that many producers, is they have mutual interdependence. Oligopolies, in terms of making decisions, profit decisions, right? They're not going to produce where MR equals MC. No, they're going to produce and make decisions, all sorts of decisions on what the price and advertise or not advertise to locate the business north or south or whatever, right? It's all about mutual interdependence. An oligopoly is going to make decisions based on what they think the other firm or other firms are going to do. That's what makes learning about oligopolies really fun. It's all about strategic pricing. It's all about dominant strategy. It's all about game theory, which is pretty cool. So if you've taken psychology, a lot of the things we talk about today, you probably already learned about in some way. Some examples are OPEC, cereal companies, not that many cereal companies, right? Car producers, airlines. Think about, industries where there's only a couple competitors that are going to act very much like an oligopoly, and they do, right? I have a friend who, I don't know if he works there any longer, but he worked for Alaskan Airlines, and basically his job was to see what other airlines were doing, right? Basically getting intel on what other airlines are doing in order to make decisions that they're going to do for Alaskan Airlines, right? So it's just how oligopolies work. You're not acting independently. Your decisions are solely based on what other people, or other firms rather, are going to do. So how do oligopolies occur? We've talked about it already. Generally, there's high barriers of entry because of economies of scale. And again, economies of scale means in order to produce at low average total cost, it requires high total cost, right? Like you think about industries that are working in this market structure, firms that are operating in this market structure, they have huge assembly plants, right? Like just insane total costs. Again, airlines, for example, right? So much costs are required in order to get a bunch of aircraft, right? To get contracts with the airports, to hire pilots and things of that nature, right? Just tons and tons of costs in order to produce that low enough average total cost where price is greater than average total cost in order to make some sort of level of profit. So it's just really hard for firms to enter into an oligopoly, not because of like a patent or a copyright or geography or anything like that. It's just economies of scale. It just makes it so difficult. So again, the car industry is difficult to enter because large firms make cars at low average total cost. At high cost, but low average total cost. It's just an average total cost there. And then it's number two kind of goes right along with the economies of scale is generally even to produce one good or service, right? It takes a lot of total cost in order just to get the business going. High startup costs. Sometimes it could be ownership of raw materials, right? So like like diamonds, right? There's only a couple of producers of diamonds. Why? Because they own the diamond mines, right? So it makes it obviously difficult to become a diamond producer, or excavator, right? What would you call it? You don't produce diamonds, you like find them, right? Is that the right word too? Excavator, or is that just I don't know. But anyway, right? Oligopolies are going to be all based on game theory. So this is generally the time where we learn about a graph, right? And I give you a couple, different curves, and we learn how to shift it and all that, and then we analyze it. Not for oligopolies, right? Oligopolies is all about game theory. So game theory is this: the study of how people behave in strategic situation, right? So think about the game of chess, right? You don't make decisions independently, right? You don't choose to move, the chess piece, here or there, like all the time, right? It's based on what the other person's doing. It's a chess game, right? That's how oligopolies are going to operate. So an understanding of game theory is going to help understand how firms in an oligopoly market structure are going to make decisions in order to maximize profit. So let's get to this point, right? So I'm going to show you a beautiful mind. And this guy's name is John Nash, and he's the one who is the main character in A Beautiful Mind, right? I believe the movie was mostly made because he's schizophrenic, right? He's schizophrenic. It kind of shows what it's like to live, in dealing with schizophrenia, right? So, but also, right, he was an insane genius, and he really saw the world in a different way. But yeah, he is the one who have developed the idea of game theory, who's developed the idea of Nash equilibrium, obviously named after him, and that's how you guys still learn about oligopolies to this day, which is pretty crazy. So let me show you a little scene here, and we're going to go to the TV to do it. This movie right here. All right, so you guys are going to see the name Adam Smith mentioned. You guys remember Adam Smith? Adam Smith is the founder of economics, right? The original founder of economics in 1776 when he wrote the book The Wealth of Nations and introduced economic concepts. And remember, Adam Smith is old school, right? He's a classical economist, very old school, very free market, no government involvement. And remember, what Adam Smith said is everyone, people or consumers and producers seeking their own self-interest, doing what's best for them entirely, right, will naturally come together at a price and quantity that is most efficient in the marketplace. Acting in their own self-interest is what is best in the marketplace. Is going to be the best decision for the consumer and also the best decision for the producer. In this little scene here, right, John Nash goes, actually, I think Adam Smith is wrong. Not always is that the case. Mostly that's the case, but not always is that the case where someone should act on their own self-interest, which is really a cool scene, right? Because again, he mentions Adam Smith and he contradicts Adam Smith. So let's watch this right here. Hopefully the volume's good.
Incoming, gentlemen.
Deep breaths. Nash, you might want to stop shuffling your papers for 5 seconds.
I will not buy you gentlemen beer.
Oh, we're not here for beer, my friend.
Oh. Does anyone else feel she should be moving in slow motion?
Will she want a large wedding, you think?
Should we say swords, gentlemen? Pistols at dawn?
Have you remembered nothing? Recall the lessons of Adam Smith, the father of modern economics.
In competition, individual ambition serves the common good.
Exactly.
Every man for himself, gentlemen.
And those who strike out are stuck with their friends.
I'm not gonna strike out.
You can lead a blonde to water, but you can't make her drink.
I don't think he said that.
All right, nobody move. She's looking over here. Right, she's looking at Nash.
Oh, God. All right, he may have the upper hand now, but wait until he opens his mouth. Remember the last time?
Oh, yes, that was in the history books.
Adam Smith needs revision.
What are you talking about?
If we all go for the blonde, we block each other. Not a single one of us is going to get her. So then we go for her friends. But they will all give us the cold shoulder because nobody likes to be second choice. But what if no one goes for the blonde? We don't get in each other's way, and we don't insult the other girls. That's the only way we win. That's the only way we all get laid. Adam Smith said, the best result comes from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself, right? That's what he said, that's right? Incomplete. incomplete. Okay? Because the best result would come from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself and the group.
Nash, this is some way for you to get the blonde on your own. You can go to hell. Governing dynamics, gentlemen. Governing dynamics. Adam Smith. Who's wrong?
Yep, here we go. Careful, careful.
Thank you.
Adam Smith is wrong. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. All right, so I hope the volume was good on that. I had no idea of knowing if the volume was good on that. Was it? Did you guys get that? But yeah, right. It's just all about mutual interdependence. So, although they all wanted the blonde, right? What's best for the group is all working together, not to go for the blonde, right? And then they're all going to win, as he said, somewhat inappropriate. But moving on. But that's the idea: is mutual interdependence. In order to maximize profits, they're all going to have to work together and collude in order to do so. Is the general idea. So that's the idea, right? That's the idea of game theory. Oligopolies are interdependent with one another. So they're pricing their output, every decision, where to locate the business, whether or not to advertise, to price low or price high, right? To produce a lot or produce a little bit, right? To hold back production or flood the market is all about what is the other business going to do, right? What is the other firm going to do? So, let's do this real quick. In a classroom setting, I usually do. Do you guys know Prisoner's Dilemma? Prisoner's Dilemma. I usually do Prisoner's Dilemma, which is pretty fun. But obviously we're not gonna do that. But let's work through this real quick. So, the first big word you need to know in terms of oligopolies is the idea of dominant strategy. Dominant strategy, right? So, dominant strategy means no matter what, regardless of what the other firm is going to do, that firm is going to do one thing for sure. There's an incentive to do one of the actions, right? What I mean by one of the actions is, see here, they're faced with two decisions, and generally that's what it's going to look like. It's going to be two decisions. They can either price high or price low. What a dominant strategy means is that, I'm just making this up for now, and then we'll actually solve it. Is firm 2 is going to price low, no matter what firm 1 is going to decide to do. That's the idea, right? Or they're going to price high no matter what. That's what a dominant strategy means. So dominant strategy is important because if both firms know the numbers in the payoff matrix here, and these numbers generally represent how much profit they're going to make, right? If they know one firm has a dominant strategy, right, we therefore are going to know what both firms are going to do. All right, so let me show you how that works, right? That's probably kind of confusing to understand here, right? All right, so again, with oligopolies, you're going to have always two firms. And obviously, there's more than two firms in oligopoly, but the way in which we're going to analyze oligopolies is always just two firms, two competing firms. So we got firm 2 and we got firm 1, okay? So firm 2 can go high or go low, and then firm 1 can also go high or go low. So generally, both firms have two decisions, and they're the same decision. Until, I think it was last year. Last year, they introduced an oligopoly FRQ that was different than that, and we'll do that one tomorrow. But generally, it's two different firms, two different decisions, and they're both the same decisions. Okay. All right. So here's how to read. You guys all still here? No one has said anything in a while. I just don't want to. Yeah. So here's how you kind of navigate through it. Right. So here, let me show you. So firm 2, right? If firm 2 decides to price high, right, like sell their product at a high price, okay. If they decide to sell their product at a high price, and firm 1 also sets a high price, firm 2 is going to make $50. That's kind of how you read the payoff matrix, right? Firm 2 is going to make $50 in profit if they price high and also firm 1 prices high, okay. If firm 2 prices their product high, right, and firm 1 prices their product low, then firm 2 is going to make $40 in profit. And I hope that kind of makes some sense, right? Firm 1 basically is essentially undercutting firm 2, right? They're going to charge lower prices than firm 2, thus firm 2 is not going to sell as much quantity, thus they're going to make less profit, right? And then if firm 2 decides to price low, right, they're going to make $90 if firm 1 decides to price high, right? Then obviously everyone's going to buy firm 2's product and not buy firm 1's product. And then if firm 2 decides to price low, right, they're going to make $10 in profit if firm 1 also chooses to price low. So that's kind of what firm 2 is going to make. And again, it's dependent upon the play from firm 1. And then if firm 1 decides to price high, they're going to make $100 in profit if firm 2 decides to price high. If firm 1 decides to price low, they're going to make $50 in profit if firm 2 prices high. Okay, and then if firm 1 goes high and firm 2 goes low, firm 1's going to make $60 in profit. And then if firm 1 goes low and firm 2 also goes low, firm 1's going to make $20 in profit. All right, so that's the idea. And I'm going to show you how to do it much easier on a piece of paper, because obviously you're not going to have color-coded oligopolies on the AP test. So I'll show you a way to define which numbers go with which firm a lot easier, right? So first, let's do this, right? Let's figure out if one of these firms has a dominant strategy, and then if so, right, can we find, it's called the Nash equilibrium, can we find what's going to happen, right? If both firms know all the information in the matrix, what will each firm ultimately decide? So let's see here, right? So let's start with firm 2. I like starting up here for whatever reason. So if firm 2 goes high, right? If firm 1 goes high, right? I'm working this way actually. If firm 1 goes high, should firm 2 go high or go low? If firm 1 goes high, should firm 2 go high or go low? It should go low, right? Because 90 is greater than 50. 90 is greater than 50, so I usually put a star next to that. So firm 2 has an incentive to go low if firm 1 goes high, okay? If firm 1 goes low, should firm 2 go high or go low, right? If firm 1 goes low, firm 2 should go high because 40 is greater than 10. So firm 2 does not have a dominant strategy. Firm 2 is dependent upon the play of firm 1. There's not one strategy they should do regardless of what firm 1 does. If firm 1 goes high, they're going to go low. And if firm 1 goes low, they're going to have to go high. All right? You might be on some, Jen. I haven't even looked at. All right, so firm 2 they have no dominant strategy. Okay, let's see what firm 1 should do, right? So if firm 2 goes high, so now we're working like down, like on the column instead of the row. If firm 2 goes high, firm 1's going to go high, right, because 100 is greater than 50. If firm 2 goes low, firm 1 also still has an incentive to go high, right, because 60 is greater than 20. So yeah, Jenner, you're right already, right? Firm 1 does have a dominant strategy. Firm 1 is going to price high regardless of what firm 2 does. And I hope you can see why it's a dominant strategy. It does not matter. If firm 2 goes high or goes low, firm 1 has an incentive to always price their product high. So since firm 1 has a dominant strategy and firm 2 knows that firm 1 has a dominant strategy, that firm 1 is going to go high regardless, right? Firm 2 thus is going to, they have this choice, right? They're either going to make 50 or they're going to make 90. They're either going to price high or they're going to price low. If they know firm 1's going to go high no matter what, right, firm 2 will go low. So that is the idea of the Nash equilibrium. All right, I'm going to show you how to do it easier here in a moment. But so that's the idea. So firm 1 has a dominant strategy. Firm 2 does not have a dominant strategy. And then if it says if both firms know all the information in the payoff matrix, what will they each firm do, right? Well, firm 2 will go low and firm 1 will price high, and that's what's going to happen. And that's how oligopolies work. That's how they make decisions, right? If they can identify if the other firm has an incentive to do one thing regardless of what they do, right? They're now narrowed into that one decision, and then they're going to select whichever one maximizes their profit more, right? So that's how you do it, right? Isn't it pretty fun? Fun little puzzles, right? No graphs, right? We're just chilling. So yeah, that's so there's two vocab words. Dominant strategy is what we just did, right? They have a play regardless of what the opponent is going to do. Nash equilibrium means if they know all the information in the matrix and they simultaneously are forced to make a decision, go, right? There will be one decision made, right? And that is firm 1's going to go high and firm 2 is going to go low in this example right here. All right, so I'm gonna do like two matrices with you, right? One's an FRQ, one's a multiple choice question, and let's head over to the Elmo, people. It's pretty sweet. All right, we're gonna do this multiple choice question right here first, okay? And I want to show you guys how you're gonna do it on your problem set. So on your problem set today, right, you're gonna have to have a separate sheet of paper, and you're gonna have to copy over the matrix. People, it does not take that long. It takes 1 minute to copy all the information over, so you can do it. All right. All right. So here's how I do it. Right. So real quick, we're just looking at. We got two firms. We got B mine and G mine. Kind of weird names. And again, two decisions to be made. Right. In this case, it's to cheat or to not cheat. right? Whatever that means, right? Again, it could be anything. It's like to advertise or not advertise, to produce in the north or to produce in the south. I don't know. There's like so many different things that to offer an early departure or a late departure, right? It kind of depends. There's just two decisions to be made. So here's what I do right off the bat, people. Whichever firm is on the left, I always draw a little box around that firm. Try not to get permanent marker on your desk, Mr. Moore. Okay, all right. And then I draw that rectangle around that firm, and in all the numbers to the left, I'm going to draw a square as well, because that's going to tell me, it's going to make the information less confusing, that these numbers are the profit that B mine is going to make in all these different decisions. Like those numbers go with that firm. That's what I like to do. Okay, and then obviously G mine is going to be like these numbers. All right, so let's work like this, right? And I'm showing you the ways I like to do it. You can do your own way, right? But I like to like put little arrows here, like this, right? So G mine, if G mine decides to cheat, right? They decide to cheat. Okay, they're either going to make $5 or $15. Which one's greater, right? If B mine chooses to cheat, they're going to make 5. If B mine chooses not to cheat, G mine decides to cheat, they're going to make 15. So I put a little star next to it, right? I hope that makes sense. 15 is greater than 5. If they cheat and B mine cheats, they're only going to make 5. If G mine cheats and B mine does not cheat, G mine is going to make 15 bucks. 15 is greater than 5. That's what they're going to do. Let's work this way now. If G mine decides not to cheat and B mine does cheat, they're going to make 20. But if they don't cheat and B mine also doesn't cheat, they're going to make 25. So right there, G mine does not have a dominant strategy, right? It depends. They're either going to not cheat or they're going to cheat based on what B mine decides to do. Okay? So now let's work this way. If B mine decides to cheat, right? If B mine decides to cheat, we'll hold on. Did I just get this messed up here? Wait, no. If G mine, hold on. Did I just mess this up, people? I'm confused now already. If B mine decides to cheat, did I mess this up? I'm like confused. I think I did. No, I didn't. I think I did. Okay, hold on. If G mine decides to cheat. Oh, I did. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. If G mine decides to cheat, that's what they're gonna do, right? Will B mine cheat and make $10, right? And will B mine not cheat and make $5, right? If G mine decides to cheat, B mine's faced with either this or that, right? I don't know how I messed that up, but I did, which is really weird. Okay. Hopefully, I didn't mess you guys up. All right. If G mine instead decides to cheat, right? Because we're looking at like if they decide to do this, B mine's has these two decisions to make. If G mine decides not to cheat, B mine is either going to make $25 or $20, right? So B mine is going to make 25. So B mine has a dominant strategy. If they have a dominant strategy, I like to write DS next to whatever dominant strategy they have. B mine's going to cheat regardless of what G mine decides to do, right? Because whatever G mine decides to do, right, they have an incentive to cheat because they always are going to make more than if they do not cheat. All right, now let's go the other way, all right? If B mine decides to cheat, right, so B mine's making the decision to cheat, should G mine cheat or not cheat? They should not cheat, right, because 20 is greater than 5. Then, if B mine decides not to cheat, right, should G mine cheat and make 15 or not cheat and make 25? Not cheat and make 25, and this is like a scribbled out thing here, right? Whole point is you should always have 4 stars. You should have 4 stars, right? Those are the decisions that are going to be made. Notice, if you have 2 stars in the same box, that is the Nash equilibrium. So I like to circle it generally, right? That is a decision that's going to be made if both firms know all the information in the matrix, right, and they're forced to make a decision simultaneously. That's the idea. So what's going to happen is B mine is going to cheat, G mine is not going to cheat, and then B mine is going to make 25 bucks, and then G mine is going to make $20. I really hope I did not mess you guys up. So the answer to that is, hold on, did G mine have a dominant strategy? Yeah, they have a dominant strategy not to cheat. They have a dominant strategy not to cheat. So G mine has a dominant strategy not to cheat, and then B mine, oh, it's just about dominant strategy. So the answer is E there. Yeah. Very good, right? That's the idea. And then it's going to say, like, what, Nash equilibrium, all that. So the next one is we're going to do a real FRQ, and I hope I don't mess you guys up this time. Wait, why is it snowing? Why is it snowing? Oh, there's my FRQ. Okay, good. Oh, gosh. All right. So here's an FRQ. We're going to answer all the questions in the FRQ because they're going to look just like your FRQs. What's nice about oligopolies, people, outside of last year, is basically every oligopoly is exactly the same, right? It's like, what is the market structure? Does this firm have a dominant strategy? What is the Nash equilibrium? And then the last thing is they generally like to change the information, the numbers, right? Like they grant a subsidy or a tax and it changes the numbers, and you got to like redo the graph a little bit. Yeah, they both have dominant strategies. Okay, cool. All right. So we got Rankin Wheels and we got Roadway, and I think they are bus companies, if I remember correctly, and they're choosing whether or not to make early departures or late departures, right? Because they don't really want to compete with one another. So again, I like to box this out a little bit so I don't make mental mistakes, right? Because I didn't do it last time. All right, so I know these numbers go with Roadway is the idea. Okay, so let's try not to mess this up this time, right? So if Rankin Wheels decides to go early, okay, should Roadway go early and make $1,000, or should Roadway go late and make $750? They should most definitely go early and make $1,000, right? Because 1,000 is greater than 750. All right. If Rankin Wheels instead chooses to go late, should Roadway go early, right, and make $950, or go late and make $700? They should go early because $950 is greater than $700. So again, they have a dominant strategy to go early. Okay, let's work the other way. So again, this arrow thing for whatever reason helps me most of the time. So if Roadway decides to go early, now we're working across here. Should Rankin Wheels go early or should they go late? Rankin Wheels should go early, right? And then if Roadway decides to go late, should Rankin Wheels make $650 by going early, or should they make $800 by going late? They should go late. So it appears that Rankin Wheels does not have a dominant strategy, right? And Roadway does. And 2 stars in the same box, I know that is the Nash equilibrium. Again, what does the Nash equilibrium means? It means if both firms know all the information in the matrix, right, and they're forced to make a decision simultaneously, right, that will be the payoffs, right, and that's going to be the case here. So let's see if we can answer some of these questions now. It says A is cheese, right? Good luck getting this question ever again. It says, in which market structure these firms operate? Explain. You would say oligopoly because there's 2 firms, right? Or you would say oligopoly because mutual interdependence, right? Some sort of characteristic about an oligopoly. B, if Roadway chooses an early departure, so we're working like this way, right? If Roadway chooses an early departure, which departure time is best for Rankin Wheels? That is an early departure, all right? You have to, in this case it doesn't say explain, but generally new FRQs you have to explain it. So you'd say, and this is like the lengthiest explanation that you've probably had in economics, but you have to explain it all the way out, all right? So to answer B, right, I would say Rankin Wheels will go early because $900 is greater than $650. That's not that long. Rankin Wheels will go early because $900. I think that's good enough. Rankin Wheels decide to go early because $900 is greater than $650, right? And put the values into your answer. Okay. There's one that's like really long. Oh, it's D. It's D. Oh gosh, yeah, I messed it up. Jeez, Jen, I'm glad you're on your game today. Yeah, Rankin Wheels will decide to go early because 900 is greater than 850. Oh my gosh. All right, anyway. All right. C, identify the dominant strategy for Roadway, right? Roadway has a dominant strategy to go early. Now, this is a lengthy one, right? If they actually asked you to explain, this one would be lengthy. Roadway, so you don't have to, so the answer is just early. That's it. You just put early, right? But you would say, if you had to explain, you would say Roadway will go early because if Rankin Wheels goes early, they will make 1,000 over 750. If Rankin Wheels goes late, they should go early because 950 is greater than 700 is the idea. You have to put all those values into your explanation. Again, Roadway has an incentive or dominant strategy to go early because if Rankin Wheels goes early, Roadway will go early because 900 is greater than 650. If Rankin Wheels goes late, right, Roadway will go early because 850 is greater than 800 is the idea. All right, and then D says, is choosing an early departure a dominant strategy for Rankin Wheels? No, it's not, because if Roadway decides to go early, right, Rankin Wheels will decide to go, wait, hold on, yeah, it is. Oh, no, it's not, no, it's not. If Roadway decides to go early, Rankin Wheels go early, 900 is greater than 850, but if Roadway decides to go late, Rankin Wheels will decide to go late because 800 is greater than 650. So you just have to explain, not have any mental mistakes like me, and then use those dollar values greater than, less than, whatever, right? And then last but not least, it says E, if both firms know all the information in the payoff matrix but do not cooperate, what will be Rankin Wheels' daily profit? That is the idea of Nash equilibrium, right? That's what I just told you. So Rankin Wheels will make $900 in profit right here. $900 in profit. Now, it wasn't in this FRQ. The last thing, and then we'll transition to Google Meet. Is generally nowadays, it's in a little bit older FRQ, and probably the ones you guys are going to get today has it. I haven't really checked. The last question of the oligopoly FRQ is they change things, right? They'll say the city gives a subsidy for those that offer late departures, right? Or if there's an incentive to not cheat because if you cheat, you're going to be fined like $500, right? Something like that, right? Where these numbers are going to change, right? So based on that first one I said, right? Let's say, the city of wherever, right, decides to give subsidies to bus companies that offer late departures, right? Maybe like a $200 subsidy. Sometimes it could be a tax, sometimes it could be a subsidy, right? So just ask yourself, is that going to increase or decrease the profits, right? Because that's the numbers in here. The numbers represent profit. So always 4 numbers are going to change, and then 4 numbers are not going to change. So if there's a $200 subsidy for those that offer late departures, right, that would make this go to $10.50 because that's a late departure. This one would go to $1,000. Which other ones are late departures? This one's a late departure. This one would go to $9.50, and then wait, hold on. Where's the other one at? It's right here, 900. So like here, 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 and here would change. Confusing, I know, but once you get the hang of it, and it's been a while since I've done oligopolies. It's nice about oligopolies, again, like I said, it's like the same thing every time, right? It's which market structure do they operate, which might be kind of cheese. Does this firm have a dominant strategy? Where's the Nash equilibrium? Sometimes it also, the last thing, sometimes it also says this. Sometimes it says, if these two firms collude, right, where they work together, what's going to be the profit payouts, right? There's only going to be I call it a collusion point. It's not formally known as that, but there's only going to be a collusion point if there is definitely one box where both firms maximize their profit the most, right? In this case, actually, it'd be right here. This would be if they decide to collude and work together, it would also be equal to the Nash equilibrium, right? The $1,000 is the most possible Roadway can make, and $900 is the most possible that Rankin can make. So yeah, that would be a situation where you could get a question like that. It says like if both firms cooperate, right? Because if you look at this FRQ, E says if they don't cooperate, where are they going to land? If both firms cooperate and they work together and they collude in order to maximize profits for both firms, what's going to be the decision? In this case, it's kind of weird. If they cooperate and if they don't cooperate, they're actually going to end up in the same spot, which is, again, not always going to be the case. All right, people. We'll head over to Google Meet. We'll see if you got questions, and we'll see if you guys can do the game theory. All right.